Par Save Productions coming at you. We're here at the Crown Jewel event from Minnesota, the Majestic, at the beautiful Blue Ribbon Pines Disc Golf Club. My name is Cale, Leiviska, and I'm joined by the one and only Mitch, Privette.
Hello, hello.
It's great to be with you guys here. Look at this beautiful overhead cam. The infamous Blue Ribbon Pines.
That looks so beautiful.
Hole 1. This is the final round of the Majestic. We only played 2 rounds this year, Saturday and Sunday. We got a beautiful par 3, kind of difficult. You got some huge pines on the right side that you want to navigate right in front of. Kevin Jones.
Nice straight shot for KJ.
Seriously, 340 feet.
Yeah.
Most of us are throwing some fairway drivers or something. He's just throwing a mid-range, nice and easy. And here we got Matt Bell, touring pro out of California, who's been playing very well this year.
Turns it over a little bit. Hits that tree and gets a bad roll away there. Here we go with Cale.
And here I am playing one of my home courses. This is a tournament all of us Minnesotans look forward to every year, so it's good to be representing on the lead card.
Nice smooth throw there.
And here we got the Southern gentleman, Matty Orum. Him and Kevin Jones traveled together for this one. I'm glad these guys made the trip and both made the lead card. And here we got Matt Bell. This guy's been making magic happen.
Whoa! From a distance.
That's how you want to start the round right there.
Talk about a crowd pleaser.
It's funny, Matt Bell and I were playing catch with the catch frisbee before this tournament started, and looked like we got him dialed in with his angles with that one. Yeah, we have 4 straight par 4s after this hole, so this hole 1 is one you really want to get the 2 on, get your round started right.
Yeah, definitely want to get your 2 here, and then you just start your real round into the gauntlet.
Man, I'm so close to the basket, but I got a really obstructed putt here, and I just clipped the branch right in front of me. Didn't do my yoga this morning. That's kind of frustrating, being so close to the basket. You could spit on it and still not get your birdie, but Kev Jones showed you how to do it. Kevin's coming into this round with a pretty sizable lead, and feels good to maintain that after Matt Bell throws in about 150-foot 2.
Matty O cleanup.
We had a very sizable gallery following us around for this beautiful Sunday at Blue Ribbon Pines. There's a lot of hype around this tournament every year with the Minnesota disc golf community, so it was great to see so many people come out.
Yeah, when we were on, I think hole 18, and we saw the gallery, we were actually really impressed on day 1 for the featured card. We were like, wow. So we were just excited to see day 2. So.
Look at hole 2. This is a combined hole. Usually this is 2 separate holes, but for the Majestic, we stretch this out. You really want to play a placement shot off the tee to give yourself an opportunity to get to the green to get your birdie 3. We see Kev throwing a great forehand here, but he actually goes a little bit deep, and he might pinch himself on the backside. If you got a good forehand and can finish right, you can open up the angle for yourself. Yeah, those 2 blockers that you see in the middle of the fairway, those are planted by the devious mind of Ray Jordan right there.
Yeah. Evil
put up
little
some blockers
mind
that
there.
you want to go right through.
Yeah.
I'm throwing a PA3 here, just a putter, trying to pure one right down the middle. If you land short of that mulch right there,
great shot.
I'll have a really nice angle to get to that green.
Yep. That is definitely the landing zone for the backhand.
If you do have a strong forehand, though, you can kind of just rip one through the gap, try to finish right, and you'll be able to find something to get to the green from there.
As Matt shows you there.
You can see, no matter where your drive is, you pretty much have a blind shot to get to this green. And Matt Bell's still a long way from the hole here. I think from here you got to just be thinking make some progress and then try to get up and down for a par 4.
Yeah. That was a great shot by
Yeah, it
Matt.
was. Yeah, he'll be able to see the basket from there.
Yep.
Probably about 70, 80 feet. Yeah, I pretty much landed exactly where I wanted to. I'm not trying to do too much, but the second shot becomes the tricky one. You got to get something up and let the disc finish left.
Beautiful execution.
Right down in there.
Yeah. Even with that hyzer, I mean, wide open gap, you think, it's definitely difficult when you get down towards the green because that's even covered with a lot of trees put around it.
Man, there's Kev. And I said off his drive that he pinched himself a little bit too deep. Didn't finish right far enough. And he tried to find something through that grove of pines, which, as Mitch and I both know, we played here hundreds of times, that it's tough to get through there. I've tried many times, and you're almost best just pitching out and taking a 4.
Taking the medicine, pitching out.
Yeah, I think Kev just threw up right there and still's got about 50, 55 feet left to try to save his par. And yeah, if you've been watching Matt Bell this year, you've been seeing him hitting a lot of circle 2 putts at most of the pro tours and national tours. He's actually been leading in par 2 conversion percentages, so this guy's no stranger to the jump putt.
Give him that a great bid.
You can see with that, that's like a 70-footer that he made look pretty routine right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those of you who've never played BRP, this is a course where you really just got to get off the tee, give yourself some opportunities. There's a lot of par 4s that are all very true par 4s. You know, if you get a 3 on them, you're earning a birdie.
Yeah.
But what you really want to try to minimize is taking 5s on this course, because that's what's really going to hurt you. If you're taking a bunch of 4s on this course, you're really going to be fine because you can still get some birdie opportunities. But
on this course, you know, I really, instead of doing the exact same thing that I've tried to do in the past, I mean, I really wanted to club down on a lot of things just because I wanted to keep it in the fairway. But it's really hard to do that at BRP.
Yeah, a lot of us will be throwing mid-ranges on a lot of these par 4s just to try to get ourselves in position.
Yeah.
And if you are throwing drivers and high-speed discs, if you do hit a tree, you get a better kick. Did you see Matt Bell tapping in lefty there? I didn't catch that during the round.
Trickery.
A true showman right there, Matty Bell. So Kevin kind of losing the stroke that he got on the first hole, but as you can, in this 27-hole round, we still got a full tournament ahead of us pretty much.
Yeah.
And here we are, the infamous hole at BRP. The one that you guys are probably seeing in a lot of pictures and videos. You got a true tunnel, 444 feet, humongous white pines on each side of the fairway. You can see the basket in front of you, but it's a long way down this corridor. One of the most intimidating drives that we'll face in disc golf.
I get scared every time I step up.
I'm just ripping on an M4 here, a little flip up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just ripped it.
That's one of the best shots I've ever had on this hole, so it's
You
nice
really
to
got
do
down
that in the
there,
final
too.
round of the Majestic.
Yeah.
To see Bobby Lauritsen right there.
Mr. Love.
He approves.
Matty O.
Maddie just throwing that perfect
You know,
too.
he played it right there. Is just keep it low on this hole here. Keep it low when you throw it and straight. It's gonna slide right up that dirt hallway right there.
Yeah, it's so easy to clip one of those trees on either side of the fairway and get a kick into the woods. Where
But not for Matt Bell.
Yeah, people are loving that. He got a little kick off one of those left side trees and ended up right in the fairway. Right now we got 3 out of 4 right in the middle, which is very rare.
Making it look easy.
And if you get a kick over here left, you actually have a little forehand or a turnover lane to the basket. If you get kicked right, you're pretty much in jail and got to pitch back to the fairway. But Kevin was lucky to kick left and not go out of bounds. That's how you scramble.
What a great shot. Yeah, that even over there it has a tight gap because those trees were like overgrown now.
Yeah.
I've been over there a lot.
So if you're Matt Orum, he threw a perfect drive and he's still faced with this very touchy, about 220-foot upshot. You really gotta throw straight on this hole. BRP will teach you that real fast.
Yeah, you're gonna learn today. Matt Bell putting a great pit on that.
He's trying to ring up the
Jeez.
2. A very rare 2 right here. I've only seen it happen a couple of times. And this was crazy. I've actually close enough where I could just throw a little jump putt up to it. Usually, even on my best drives, I still got to throw a little touchy upshot, but I couldn't believe how far up it got.
Yeah, that was an excellent drive. Oh. Just the hair
Matt,
right
he got a little punished, I guess, for trying to go for that 2. Got a little greedy and wasn't able to hit the comeback. Kevin, after a remarkable upshot, tried to save his birdie from being slightly out of position.
Taking advantage of
Count
that
it.
left side gap.
It feels great to 3 this one, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm ecstatic every time I walk over to the next tee pad after a 3.
Yeah, it's amazing how fast a 5 or a 6 can happen on this. If you get a couple of kicks and lose confidence on your straight shot, it can happen.
There's not a hole out there that I step up to the tee pad and I'm like, what is it going to be today? You know, like what score? Like, because it can, that hole, I've two'd it before in the past, but I've also ate that hole, you know, like.
Have you
took
chewed
an
it with a putt or
no,
a shot or what?
No, it was a throw-in.
A little throw-in?
Yeah, it was definitely a throw-in, but I've also ate that hole, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and you could see with these beautiful graphics that Par Save offered, you could see exactly what's happening in every hole from shot to shot. And moving right into the next hole. As I mentioned earlier, we have 4 par 4s in a row to start the round here. 2, 3, 4, 5. This one, maybe the most difficult par 4 on the whole course.
this is definitely the most difficult.
Where we're at right there, you want to ideally throw a shot to there, but then you have to throw over out of bounds with a bunch of trees guarding that. And as with the last hole, 5s and 6s can happen really fast on this one too.
Yes.
That's a pretty good spot. I clipped one of those trees though and kind of stopped my progress.
Those are the trees that you got to beat, though. That wall of trees off to the right there when you're turning over. I feel like if you beat those, you at least have a little better chance.
Matty Orum throwing a beautiful M4.
Oh, gets a little kiss forward too.
That's a good spot, but even if you throw the most perfect drive on this hole,
Yeah.
your upshot is still going to be difficult. You're probably going to have to throw over out of bounds for your upshot. So Here you go, Kev. That's solid. So Matt Bell going to show us the forehand route on this. I've even seen a couple people throw rollers trying to get hyper aggressive. Oh yeah.
Oh, beautiful skip.
So Kevin took a little bit of a tree kick. He's pretty far back, but he does have a decent lane to go over this out of bounds. So that whole open area out there is OB. Skips one up beautifully.
Traveled across the whole way, OB.
And that's a good view of the hole. You can see how many trees are there. So where I am after hitting that tree, you know, usually I will try to play right, find a gap to the right, but I was just pinched with these trees right in my face. So I really didn't have much opportunity other than this tiny little gap going out over the dangerous out of bounds area. Very risky shot, but being down a handful of strokes, I knew I had to go for something here.
Yeah. And he executes it like it's nothing.
It's hard to tell on camera, but that was one of the best shots I've had all year right there. Just a tiny gap.
I know once you get tight against that right side there, it's almost impossible, but there is another gap there too.
I don't know if you could hear that, but the little mosquitoes buzzing in front of the camera. Yeah, Matt right there, he hit one of the trees inbounds and unfortunately rolled back into the out-of-bounds island. Matt Bell doesn't fully commit to that forehand. It's scary because you got to go out over the out-of-bounds to get it back in, and he kind of sawed that one off. But with his putting, any birdie save is possible anytime. We got Matt. It looks like he's probably 70, 75 feet from the basket with a lot of trees in the way.
Wow. Wow.
What a wizard.
I'm going to have to recruit him for the Jumpman team, you know.
Yes.
Jeez, dude.
That putt, that was so difficult. I mean, he had to pop a little bit of Anheuser around it to get around a tree and just dropped it in there.
He was definitely below the hole, too. So, I mean, Matty O giving it a great run. Yeah, he was still about 60 out, 50 out.
So, Kevin, after being out of position the last two holes on the drive, this is for another birdie save. That is well done right there.
Yeah.
If you can go 3-3 on this hole and the last hole, you're going to be getting yourself primed up for a solid round because these are two of the more difficult holes out here, or anywhere for that matter.
There's another mosquito. Great putt.
Yeah, Minnesota, we call the mosquitoes our other state bird.
Yeah, pretty much.
In the summertime, they're flying, they're buzzing us at BRP.
Definitely pterodactyls.
You can see Matt, after getting the unfortunate kick and roll back out of bounds, takes the lone bogey on the hole. To get 3 birdies on that is pretty impressive. And this is personally one of my favorite holes on the entire course. You have to hit a narrow gap to get yourself into that landing position right there. Pretty much everyone plays that same shot. You lay up in front of the pond and then give yourself this long, difficult upshot to get your birdie 3. Although last year, Garrett Gerthy did go for it and make it over the pond on his drive, which is unheard of.
I was on his card when I saw that, and
is that right?
Yeah, I kind of just shook my head. You know, it's not human, but it was awesome. It's a great shot. What are you throwing here?
I'm throwing an M4 as I have on the previous.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why holes. I just asked that because we know what you're throwing. That was awesome, though.
This is
Good
a
layup
great
shot.
hole. Like the one mistake that people make on this hole I see a lot is throwing something too overstable and hyzering off too far left.
Too much.
And you pinch yourself off. So if you throw a somewhat flippy disc on a hyzer line, I think that's a great play. And anywhere in that grass is going to give you an opportunity for a birdie.
Yeah. Matt throwing that hyzer a little bit.
Yeah, as you can see, that's what I was talking about with if the disc keeps moving left, you can kind of pinch yourself, but there's a couple gaps in those trees to at least get you up there. If you've never played BRP before, you guys got to make it up. This is a gem disc golf course at the north right here.
Yep.
It seems to be okay. I know it's a little left, but it's a little bit shorter, so he'll have a better look.
So I'm throwing mid-range here. I have to throw it pretty hard to get this all the way to the basket, but I wanted something that'll push straight.
Oh,
there we go.
Great shot. Nice, easy finish. Stayed on the green or the chips.
Yeah, there's a lot of blocker trees up there, you can see, but Matt Orum hits the gap perfect.
Wow.
He's going to only be about 18, 20 from the basket. Where Matt just threw that shot right there, from where he was tucked in, that's pretty much the best case scenario.
Yeah.
It would have been hard for him to get all the way to the pin, but he gave himself a look. And Kevin also showing us how to throw a beautiful mid-range. Perfection. I promise these par fours are a lot harder than
what you guys are making it look
right
like?
now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure. Why not?
There we go. We're 5 holes in, and he's already hit a couple 100 feet worth of putts.
Jeez, that guy.
I think that was the first time I've ever made it through that stretch with all threes.
Yeah, that's
through all those par fours. That feels
through the
so
gauntlet.
good.
Yeah, through the gauntlet. I mean, you get through that. I mean, you're feeling great.
So now if Matt Orum can hit this putt right here, we're gonna have a star frame on a very difficult hole. Yes, sir.
Wow. You guys definitely made it look easy.
Yeah, I think that's the first and only time that might ever happen.
Yeah. I don't think it's ever happened on my card.
There's a lot can go wrong, a lot of trees to hit on that one, but for us to all navigate it perfectly, that's pretty impressive. So you can see that pond that we just played over in the middle. A lot of that was just flat ground when this course was born, and Ray Jordan and his family dug out all these ponds themselves and created this gem that we call BRP.
He just thought to himself one day, we need a pond there. You know, that's how Ray is, though.
And look at this. Look at this beautiful fairway right here. After playing 4 difficult par 4s, we play another tight tunnel gap. This is just so beautiful, though. We have beautiful green grass in the middle of the woods, which is so rare on a lot of these wooded courses. Just an absolute beautiful hole. And I'm throwing my new H4 V2. Just love this disc for some hyzer flips.
You've really been throwing that thing really good lately.
Yeah, you can see just how tight this is. If you hit any of those trees on the left or right, some of the kicks that you can get can put you in some bad places.
Yeah.
And I think that's Kevin throwing an M4. He's choosing to go mid-range on this, which is pretty much immortal.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about that. It's like a layup disc for me on this hole.
Yeah, he definitely had the distance to get there, too.
Yeah,
He leaked it a little bit right, but
definitely.
yeah, Matt yanked that one right and was lucky to get himself
He get down
in a
the
decent
little
spot.
gap?
Yeah, he got a.
Okay.
I've seen a lot worse. And here's Matt. I think he's throwing an F3 here, I believe. He likes to throw this disc for his tunnel shots. But he also yanks it right. And gets himself almost pin high.
Wow. I got up there pretty far.
Yeah. This is a cool green that the Jordans have built. It's kind of tiered, and they use different colored wood chips or mulch for each tier of the green, which is aesthetically a really good look. You can see right there.
Wow. I mean, that was...
Oh, he wanted that one so bad, too, to capitalize after getting kind of lucky on the drive.
Yeah.
And here's Kevin, also one of the best jump putters in the game.
That was an arrow. That was just straight
That's
at it.
unbelievable. You see he had to hit the gap right out of his hand.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, that must feel good for him right there to steal the birdie with that one.
He's been taking advantage of all these, like, scramble shots, you know?
So I think I'm just, probably just about circle's edge, slightly uphill, back at the gallery.
Boom.
Felt great to get that one up. Yeah, after that one, I feel like I just made it through the first gauntlet of the course, shooting some good scores. And Matt is just dead online, as usual with his jumper, but just off the band. And I think we must have had either Barsby or Terry making a big putt on the...
No, that was definitely Mitch. Just kidding. Yeah, the chase card was right there. I mean, they're so close. It probably was. Absolutely.
So Kevin extending his lead to 6 strokes.
You climbing the scale there.
Both have some good rounds going. And we step up to one of the shortest holes that we'll play on tour. But it is no joke. We have a lot of trees, especially this one that's on the left right now. You got to get past that one, give yourself a putt.
After getting through the gauntlet, you know, and all that, coming to this one, I know it's like really short. It's still technical, but it's one that you really want to get.
Yeah, you have to. I mean,
yeah.
We just played some of the hardest holes on the course, and this one's right there in front of you. I like to play it low and try to get a skip.
Yep.
But I just hit the one tree you got to miss in the middle. Definitely not feeling great about that one.
Yeah. Opts for the jumper.
Kevin Jones throwing jumper off the tee, which you're not going to see a whole lot.
About 15 feet.
This one's right in front of you. You definitely have the opportunity to get a hole in one. But if you float this one a little high, you got out of bounds about, like 35 behind the basket?
Yeah, about that. Yep.
And with it being downhill, it can be kind of easy to find that if you float it a little bit. Matt Bell trying to ring in another jump putt right here.
Yeah. Wouldn't have guessed he was going to go with that. Just didn't get turned over.
Yep, him and I got the same tree right in the middle. He's obviously trying to run that, as usual. I got that tree kind of right in front of the basket blocking my straight shot, so I got to kind of throw up a hyzer putt here, hopefully drop one in. From my perspective, it looked pretty good, but ended up going a little bit deep right behind the chains. Thank you, Savage Apparel, for sponsoring this hole 7, as they always do.
Good putt from Maddie-O.
And one of the most beautiful things about BRP is how much care and love they put into this course. Even with this green that you see here, we got a little landscape circle around it with some wood chips. This course is always looking beautiful.
Yeah.
There's hundreds and hundreds of people who call this place home and take a lot of pride in having this be their home course.
Just recently turned into my home course now. So I'm definitely proud to call it that.
So half of the lead card is getting the birdie on that hole. I'm really kicking myself for not keeping the pressure and keeping the pedal down with Kevin on that one. I really wanted to get that, but moving on to the next. And here we have hole 8, also known as the Mando hole.
The trickery hole.
We have a straight right turn. The hole is under 200 feet, but you can see how tight this tunnel is right here. Some people opt to just throw a jump putt off the tee and then try to get up and down with a straight
just
shot.
to the corner.
But if you want to get the 2, you got to throw up. You can see the Mando right there you have to get left of. Kevin getting the right turn, but he pushes the fairway a little bit deep. He's actually going to have kind of a difficult shot to the green from there. Maddie-O rolling the dice right there because there is a little bit of luck involved on this hole. He said he must have rolled 7. He crapped out. I'm trying to go high with the M4. Get this thing to keep finishing right.
Oh my God.
I didn't hear it hit anything, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, that is a good shot right there, right on the corner. You'll have a look for probably a little bit longer putt, but at least it's a look.
Yep. Yeah, for being such a short hole, you can see 4s happen very easily on this.
I've definitely think it's a good line, get hit, and it come right back at you.
Yeah. So yeah, if you don't make much progress off this tee, you're always going to be scrambling. There's a lot of trees. You can always find a gap, but you're going to have to hit something good. Yeah, I think he landed
What a beautiful
probably
shot.
just outside the circle a little bit, but for Maddie-O, he always has a look.
It's one of my favorite things about Blue Ribbon Pines is all the tree cover, the canopies and stuff like that. When it's really sunny out there and the sun comes through.
Yeah, you can just
Man,
see it
it's
from
just
that
beautiful.
last shot right there. It is. Magical place. Wow, now I see what Kevin was looking at through here.
Holy cow.
Not looking at much.
He's trying to get through the
Yeah,
jungle
he didn't
there.
like that, but he got himself inside the circle, so. And so here I'm about 50 feet. I really like this putt because you have the 3 trees right by the basket, so you feel like you're going to hit something. I got to get that one up, though.
On this hole, I've definitely seen a lot of tree banks and make it into the basket.
Yeah, you got those
You know,
3.
the 3 that are right around the basket?
You just got to get it chain high, and something could happen.
Yeah.
Oh, and Maddie's one of the best Anheuser putters there is, but that was a tight window. Just hit left side. Kev, fortunate to get a par save on that one, I think.
Oh.
And we got a true showman, Matt Bell, right there.
Trickery hole, trickery putt.
He's already putted lefty. We got under the leg. Let's see if he can do some Michael Jordan with the eyes closed.
Yeah. You know, actually, Josh Gilbert, he threw one up and got his disc stuck on the other tree, the Mando tree right up there.
Oh, stuck in that
yes,
netting?
yeah, he did.
Yeah, Ray Jordan and family put a bunch of black mesh protective netting on these trees to kind of save them from getting hit, and they can catch a disc every once in a while. Moving on to hole 9, the final hole of part 1 here. Another very difficult par 4. As you can see, the basket is right beyond this moat right here, which Ray Jordan has dug out and filled with water.
I mean, the first gap is already scary enough, but that second shot, you know, you have that pond and another scary gap too. So
look at that forehand, just perfection.
Kevin making it look
he gets
nice
so
and
far
easy.
up there.
Yeah. Wow.
As is the theme for a lot of this course, you have a tight tunnel off the tee. This one, you'd be fine just throwing dead straight, but the ideal shot is kind of flipping one up and maybe getting a little bit of right finish on it to get you closer to the basket. I like just piping an M4 pretty much dead straight here.
And that's just fine.
Yeah, it's a good place to be.
You're still looking straight at the basket.
Even if you have a great drive on this, you're still going to have that difficult upshot over that OB moat. So the closer to the basket, the better. Yeah, I think Matt Bell just kind of leaked his forehand a little bit left. Here's Matty O reaching for his M4 again. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A hair right, but he'll be able to get crafty from there. Yeah, so Matt's got zero chance to get to the green from here. He's going to try to just pitch one out, minimize the damage on this hole, and save a par 4.
So he's still trying to get up as close as he can. Try and make that next up shot a little bit easier on him.
As you can see, this is just such a difficult hole. It's one of the many par 4s out here that can just bite you at any time. You're not going to be losing strokes if you take 4s on these, but to get 3s, if you're playing clean, you can really get on a roll on these par 4s if you're putting your drives in good position. Matt, from where he is going to have a very difficult shot to get to the green.
Oh.
He tried to skip it across, and he came up just short. Look at that.
That is
just
so
a couple
close.
inches from safety. Yeah, so after pitching out, Bell is definitely still in a difficult spot. Looks like he's going to opt for the forehand. Try to punch one over that pond. And he just threw 2 straight left, but he's safe. As you can see, I got a pretty straight shot looking right at the green. You do have a low ceiling, which is tough because you have to carry over that water.
Yeah.
It's kind of in between a putter and a mid-range here. Oh, and I just leaked my putter a hair high, and it just kicked me right into the pond. I saw it hit land, so I was hoping it would stay safe, but I got up there and it was gone.
She gone.
And Kevin was so far up there, he had a little backdoor route to the green. I've never even seen anyone up there.
Just a little pitch up.
Yeah. So after taking a drop, I got this long putt to try to save par. And that is not good. I almost go in this back pond back here, but luckily stay safe.
Oh, man.
So
I forgot about that little back pond there, yeah.
And I haven't taken a bogey yet in the tournament, so it looks like It's going to be my first bogey strokes right here.
Matt, as always, giving it a bid.
And you could hear Matt Orum call provisional right there, just in case his touch to the other side or in case it's hanging on by a thread, which is always wise to do if you're playing a tournament.
Just leaked out a little left there for Matty.
And this is not the putt you want going back for bogey. Left myself almost 30 feet with the dogs barking. Able to clean that up,
was a
but
great putt
taking
there.
my first bogey of the tournament. As you can see, this building in the background right there is the snack shack with the full kitchen and bar right there in the middle of the course. You pass by it a few different times, so it's always a popular place for people hanging out.
Such a great addition to the course. People love that place. You know, if you really need a break, you know, from your round, if you're casual round or something.
Yeah, grab a quick burger or hot dog.
Absolutely, right there.
So there you have it. That's the first 9 holes. We'll be coming back to you with part 2 and 3. You can see Kevin Jones is extending his lead. He's got me by 9 strokes right now, so let's see if we can try to run this guy down. Thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll catch you guys in part 2.